It's nice to finally meet you. You're fine in person, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, the videos don't do you justice. But it's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's the most iconic dish you've ever had from Ghana?
I mean, I'm a very regular guy, so I always say wache. So.
Wache?
Yeah.
Okay. And the Ghana jollof situation, what's going on there?
I've had it.
Yeah.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Is it better?
Honestly, man, I'm still loyal to my people. I mean, I like it very much, but I'll pick
You always pick Nigeria over it. I love it. Anyways, how's it been so far? You come to Ghana quite a bit.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you come and then how's your typical day off? Like when you're not doing music, when you're not in the studio, when you're not performing. Describe a typical day for me.
I wake up, I work out, I play games, I listen to music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty chill.
I probably play football once in a while, but yeah.
All right. I like that. Okay. But let's start it off from when you knew that music was going to be a thing for you. When did you know?
2016.
Okay.
When I met David.
Okay.
That was when I knew, this thing
can actually figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
When I dropped my first single, then it's been a blessing.
It just sort of blew up from there.
Yeah.
When did you know you could sing?
I'm like every regular kid that goes to the church, joins the choir.
Okay.
But like, let me say, around like 7, 8. Yeah.
Okay, that's when you knew.
Started singing in church.
I'm capable.
Yeah.
All right. And then, did you try any kind of singing before 2016? Professionally, I mean.
No, professionally, no. I used to write and record like in my wardrobe when I was in university. But that was as far as I went. But my first official one was 2016.
Okay. And Twitter was what started it off.
Yeah, that was the tool that the universe used
to be able to make it happen.
Yeah, it was Twitter. Yeah,
I love that. Now, walk me through that day on 2016 when you had done the cover.
Yeah,
you put it out on social media. How did David reach out?
He followed me and sent me a DM on Twitter.
And how did you react?
I was going crazy because at some point he asked me for my WhatsApp number, and I gave him the wrong number.
No, you're joking.
I swear I did.
Why? You thought it was?
Nah, I was just too
he can't
excited.
Be. Oh wait, you actually misdialed the number.
Yeah. Yeah. I did I think what the last digit though.
Yeah.
Was wrong.
And
I still have like a screenshot of this stuff.
No way.
I had to send it again. Yeah.
And then he now reached out and said, it's not going through. Yeah. And he now reached out.
Yeah.
And then you knew, it's about to blow.
When I read this stuff, I think, it's good.
So, describe creating that first single under this label.
It was very like, it had a little to do with fate though, because the first person that was supposed to produce the song didn't come on time. So there was another producer downstairs that came to eat. So David just asked him, Profiti, would you like to do this beat? And he said yes. So we went upstairs and did it. It was just as simple as that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And now walk it through how Nigeria and the rest of the world sort of accepted you and your music.
Yeah, I've been blessed to have this kind of good journey. I really appreciate like everybody for, embracing my sound and all that. Because when I started, it was really crazy because I wasn't really sure about the single, but it ended up being the one. So yeah.
How's the name? I'm actually quite curious about Mayorkun. The name.
Yeah.
How did it come about?
So my real name is Mayowa.
Oh, so that's where the
that was where
Mayor. Okay.
Yeah. Then Kun is Japanese. It means boy. I used to watch like a lot of
anime.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Mayor the boy?
Yeah, exactly.
Aha. All right. Now, your fashion sense is also quite unique as well. How would you describe your fashion sense, really?
I like to be very comfortable, to be honest. Like, you see what I'm wearing now?
Yeah.
I feel so cool in this. If I don't feel that, I can't wear it. So, yeah.
And then the do you think you'd ever be someone that would look into doing fashion in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah, of course. Like every time I have like my shows in Lagos, I always like have like my personal merch. Sometimes I give it to her, sometimes I sell it. But I still have plans on like going full time into it. So, yeah.
So what kind of trend or what kind of style?
Yeah,
would you
like
create?
streetwear.
Okay.
Streetwear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's quite interesting. Now, how would you describe your music and your sound for someone who's uninitiated?
I make Afro pop. It's a fusion of Afro fusion. Sorry, it's a fusion of different sounds into Afrobeat. Yeah, because I can make like an R&B song. You know, so yeah.
Who are your biggest musical inspirations?
Varies. Davido, of course.
Of course.
There's Pasuma, is a big legend in Nigeria. There's King Sunny Ade. There's Salawa. There's Fela. There's Bob Marley. Yeah, Bob Marley. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a very eclectic, blend of people that inspire your music.
Yeah.
Was it hard to hone your sound?
I mean, when I met David, before I met David, I was already writing. So I had already been like in the process of finding what my sound was before I started professionally. But yeah, it was a little bit difficult, but I got there at the end of the day.
How did he help you shape your sound?
Yeah, so at the point when I met him, he was just so sure. He had the type of confidence that he had confidence for two. Just that. Even when I was still like finding my sound. So when we recorded like a couple songs, we knew like where the direction was. So yeah.
Wow.
It really helped me a lot.
Okay, so he knew exactly like, nah, you be great in this point. You'd be great doing this, and you sort of help him do whatever that he's thinking.
Yeah.
How's it like working with producers? I mean, as creators, do you find certain connections with certain producers as against others?
Yeah, people actually record different ways. Some people like the beats sent to them. Some people like to create from scratch with the producers. So you see these processes birth like different relationships. But for me, I work today I feel like you should send me the beat. Tomorrow I want us to work on something from scratch. Sometimes you bring a ready-made beat. So yeah, different ways there. But I work with a plethora
of different producers.
Yeah.
Now walk me through your creative process. You get a spark to want to create music. How does that work out?
Most times I think about what I've been through, what I've seen, or I step into like people's shoes and talk about their experiences. So for me, sometimes I go with the melodies first. Sometimes I already have like the topic I want to think about. So it's just different ways.
Okay, so some people have been on this same chair and spoken about how they got the melody. Some people get it in a dream. Yeah. Some people get it as a voice in their head.
Yeah.
Some people, it feels like they download it from the cloud or something. How do you find your melodies?
You said something about finding in the dream.
Yes.
My problem with that for me is that I don't remember.
No.
Sorry.
You wake up and it's...
And you're like,
you are jamming
so
inside.
Hard to pick the... Yeah, it happens to me sometimes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Sometimes I just drop the ideas on my voice recorder. Sometimes I'm in the studio while I get the
inspiration. And then, okay. When it comes down to writing, I get quite curious about artists, especially because I think what you guys do is phenomenal. To be able to string words together in a melodious way. So I'm always very curious about how it works out. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Lord didn't bless me that way. So I see some of you people that do it as like little demigods because you do what is ridiculous in my mind sometimes. Yeah. Now, when it comes down to the creative lyrical ability, now walk me through how it goes about.
For me, let's say I've gotten like the body of what I want to talk about. I start to drop the melodies, and for a person like me, I like to play with words a lot because I did a little bit of literature.
Oh.
So like I do these personifications, oxymorons, hyperboles, and all that.
Okay.
So yeah, but once you get the body of what you're trying to do, those things just
sort of fall in.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Do you feel the need to sometimes tell your story in a way that the African audience will understand it? Or do you think of a global audience and then walk me through that?
Yeah, it depends though, to be honest. Well, I really don't like people going to the studio with like a particular... I like to just make pure music. But in the process of making it, sometimes I hear like the direction of the beats, then that gives me like if this is going to be an African song or like a global. So yeah.
Okay. Now you spoke about some of the songs being inspired by what you've gone through.
Yeah.
What were you going through in Certified Loner?
I was going through my loner times, to be honest, man.
Okay.
I just want to be alone.
Was it a heartbreak period?
I don't necessarily think that was I just didn't want to be in any type of
situation at that point in time.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced heartbreak?
I mean, yeah, I don't think there's someone that hasn't.
Oh, so I have never experienced heartbreak.
Okay.
At least that's what I tell myself.
I mean, yeah. I think I've had it just once or twice.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the evolution of Afrobeats over the last few years. I remember when the scene sort of was invigorated in the early 2000s, and the ones that came prior, and how it sort of blended into a very eclectic global sound.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts as someone who has contributed a lot to the sound, on how the sound is evolving over the last few years?
Yeah, I've always thought it was something that was bound to happen, but later in the future. But because when we started to, I can't even believe I'm saying when we started. when I started like music professionally, it hasn't gotten up to this point, but we could tell at the point that
it was going to go far.
So yeah, I'm grateful for what it has become, and I can't wait to see what it can be, because it can be bigger. It will be bigger.
Absolutely. Yeah. With a lot of the sounds going global, people have advocated for gatekeeping, that as the sound enters into different territories, especially the West, they might take ownership of it and repurpose it and use different faces other than ours to represent it.
Yeah.
I think the phenomenon became a bit more heated, I think in the 2023, 2024 Grammys or so, where a white group got Best Reggae, and then everyone started going, hey, this is what can happen to Afrobeats, this is what is likely to happen to Afrobeats. Your thoughts on that? Do you think it's something that we need to gatekeep a bit as Africans?
I don't think we should, because one of the beauty of what we do is the fact that we can see other cultures try to sort of mimic or make something like that. That's a beautiful thing, and it still spreads the news. So I don't think gatekeeping, because we can't even stop this. We make, like I said, I make R&B music. If they've done whatever, gatekeep R&B, I might not chance. So yeah, so it's bound to happen, but it happens to the biggest exports of this type of music, so I don't think there's any stopping that.
Okay, all right. Yeah. How many tattoos do you have? Can you count?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which one is the most sentimental, meaningful?
The one of my dog.
Oh,
yeah.
What made you want to do that?
Because I feel like his death was my fault.
Oh, he passed on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's like it's been 6, 7 years.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How do you feel like it was your fault?
I mean, like, I just got back from a show and I was just not in the lovey-dovey mood, so I locked him out of my room. So before I came down, I was...
What did he do? Did he eat something?
No, he fell. I said crazy.
Oh my god.
Fell from like 7th floor. Gully. Yeah.
Because I'm a dog mom, so I
have
know.
one too.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That must have been traumatic to come out and then see that.
Exactly.
Yo.
Yeah, it wasn't even up to like 30 minutes.
No. Oh my goodness. Chale. Yeah. Did you ever do a song expressing that hurt?
I mean, I expressed it in another way, but
Okay.
I wasn't like particular.
Okay. All right. Now, I must give you props. You're one of the Nigerian artists that spends time in Ghana and as well collaborates with a lot of Ghanaians.
Yeah.
In your views, how can we make the Ghana-Nigerian alliance stronger?
Just like this, more people to do what I'm doing, collaborating, doing these big songs. Because, I mean, that's the only way I see this gap being bridged.
I like that. Anyways, I'm staying with the one and only Mayorkun, Mayor of Lagos. And he's joining me for a fun conversation. You can get interactive by sending me a message, 0532 300 927. That's 0532 300 927. As well, if you have any questions for him, send it in, and I'll be more than happy to ask him. Of course, we're streaming live on Facebook as well, so if you want to see how fly he looks, then join us on the Facebook Live right now and catch him here in the studio.
That's a good.
Huh,
I
okay.
was taking a walk and someone.
It was play. Also, it was just random.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things that I've been doing since I started my career. So even before this song, like there are some songs I just go to that region to do some plugins, media rounds, probably do a show. And all that. So yeah, most times I still work with like my back end also, so I know where.
The type. And you just make a planned trip there and just go and do some activations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
As an artist, is it easier to survive with a label or without a label?
This question, I think it depends on the level you are at the moment. Because to be honest, you get to even if you start off on your own, you get to a particular point where you need help, and it's just like a label that can just give you that
Elevate you, yeah.
So yeah, but I even when I advise this, I still advise that you are smart with what you are getting into, get your lawyers and know how this thing benefits. But yeah,
What is the biggest and most impactful thing I think you did in hindsight, you think you did at the beginning of your career that has helped you throughout your career?
I think it was giving my audience a little time before I switched up my sound. Like, you know, there's this level you need to get to. They need to be comfortable. You know. So yeah, I took a little bit of time before I
switched it up.
Yeah.
What informed the switch up?
I mean, I think it was just time, man, to just give them another, because there are so many different sides to me. So many. Like on my new project, it drops in a few weeks.
Okay.
Or a week though. They're like different sounds. Like I give them time to, let it simmer down then. Yeah.
Let's talk about the new project.
Yeah.
In a week, it drops. What is the working title?
Still the Mayor.
Still the Mayor.
Yeah.
But no one can rival you now. You're always
I
going to
just
be
need
the
you
mayor.
to lock it in their head so that they know.
They understand that you're always going to be it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Still the Mayor. How many songs are on it?
12 songs.
Okay. Any collaborations?
Yeah, majority of collaborations from Ghana, my Ghana guys. So yeah. I have King Promise on it.
Ooh.
And I have Olive the Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I love to do this thing when the artists come in and do a bit of a listening session with them. So I'm very excited that you brought me some snippets that we can be able to get to play for our listeners. So first and foremost, guys, listen up. The mayor of Lagos is giving us something very exclusive, you get. He's still the mayor, and we get a hit. Then to the King Promise collaboration with Mayorkun very shortly, but now let's go into Mayorkun featuring Olive the Boy and give them a snippet of that. Now, walk me through this particular song.
Olive the Boy has been like my favorite youngster from Ghana. So I've been listening to like some of his songs. So
Okay.
when he messaged me, it was about a song from him.
Oh.
So we did like like 2 or 3.
Oh,
so
okay.
It was one for his project.
Yes.
One for mine. So
I love it.
I went with this one.
Okay, let's take a listen to Mayorkun featuring Olive. Okay, this is really, really exciting. So Mayorkun featuring Olive the Boy.
Yeah.
And the title is
Would You?
Would You? Yes, the girls would. They really would.
You love me, baby.
Oh, I love this. Because it's an easy hit. So do you know as an artist when the song is this one is gonna bang?
I mean, yeah, you always have that feeling, but sometimes the people can shock you and just go for
something else. Oh, there's been situations where sometimes it would feel as if this one was going to be the obvious one, and then the audience will pivot.
Different artists, like, I mean, I've had like the one that I was really sure of, and it actually happened, and that was Holy Father. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And that one, you knew that.
That was the last song on that project.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And there were other ones on the project that you expected people to gravitate towards.
But I knew that
one there was going to be okay. I like it. Would you? Yes, we really would.
Like 4 days ago, it was crazy. Like, because it wasn't like an alcoholic brand, so I was wondering how
everyone is so hyped.
It was crazy. I mean, like, that's what we pray for, though, and that's what we work for. And I cherish those moments every time.
I love it. Yeah. Are you gonna do? Because you have your headline concerts you do at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Would you be traveling with that? Are you going to be bringing it to Ghana, for instance?
I've planned to do, but very soon though.
No, we should make it happen. Oh, let me go for a walk in my estate or whatever.
Nah, but that was so crazy.
Yo,
if I didn't see the timestamp,
you wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah, she made it with like.
So that you know that on Friday the